With Phase 5, we reached the last phase of the Overdrive Initiative, at least on version 3.22. In this guide, we go to the last phase of the 3.22 Overdrive Initiative, because the final fixed phase is already taking place on the upcoming version 3.23, and is the final battle against the XenoThreat. And here there are some points to consider, which have been clarified again, which we will of course go into all details. And of course, you get all the details, information and workarounds of the current Phase 5. For the 5th round, we have to collect and deliver 3 different packages, that's all. But first we have to shut down 5 enemies, including a Reclaimer, a Starfarer and some escort ships. The whole thing can of course also be done solo, but in a group it's much easier. But first, the clarifications from CIG for the entire event. Phase 5 is the last phase before the last major attack of the XenoThreat, which takes place shortly after the release of Alpha 3.23. Therefore, again, the urgent note that you have to complete all 5 current phases before the 3.23 goes live and the final XenoThreat attack begins. Because the mission that we have to complete it so far, so phases 1 to 5, are then no longer available, which means that you can no longer unlock the rewards. In order to receive the rewards, you have to complete phases 1 to 5 on 3.22.1 until the start of 3.23, and then defend the last attack with the start of 3.23. And only with these conditions do we receive the rewards. Once the Hornet F7 Mark II upgrade to the A version, so the military version, as well as a complete XenoThreat equipment. In addition, there is a referral bonus until May 2nd, which starts with this Phase 5, and that may also be the date on which 3.23 is planned. So, for Phase 5, we only have one mission, namely the Overdrive Initiative supply request. You will receive this under your General tab under Priority Missions if you do not have a crime stat. But a note, this mission can take some time until it appears. But later in the area of tips and tricks, towards the end of the video we give you some hints on how you can trigger the mission relatively accurately. The mission location is a crash site, and this can be on main planets or moons. This is possible via the entire Stanton system. And since we cannot jump directly to the mission location here, it is advisable to use a nearby jump point and fly the last kilometers directly. For the mission, we have to switch off some enemies, and we need to get out of our ship, so a spacesuit is recommended because there is an atmosphere not everywhere. And also a multi-tool with a tractor beam attachment or a dedicated tractor beam can also be helpful, depending on which ship you are traveling with. And at this point, an also important note. Depending on the server capacity, it may be that you reach the crash site without the enemies being on site. But you should not land directly here, because a group of enemies will spawn. And if you're here on the ground and have left the ship, then you probably don't have a return ticket to complete the mission. So wait for the spawn. Because it is necessary to switch off the enemies in any case. The crash site is manageable, and we are looking for 3 different packages here, which we ultimately have to deliver for the success of the mission. Usually, right on arrival or shortly after you have arrived, a group of XenoThreat spawn, with several escort ships, a Reclaimer and a Starfarer. And this group is of course solo doable. If you are traveling with friends, however, this is of course not a mistake. And after the mission can be shared, all teammates receive the mission progress, no matter who ultimately delivers the packages or shoot down enemies. Once we have landed at the crash site, we will find our 3 mission packages, which we can collect and deliver together or individually. It's not a problem if a player in the group delivers the packages or whether one player delivers them all. However, there is a hint. The mission has some gaps, including several bugs, in which different boxes simply do not spawn and cannot complete the mission. Although the mission design reacts to the fact that one or the other box is available or not, you can only complete the mission if you can really deliver all 3 boxes. In most cases, the most mission boxes spawn, but there is no interaction option. In the Mission Manager, you will see that you have completed or can complete different areas here, but not the entire mission. So, if you encounter this error, look for a new server and restart the mission complete. If we were able to secure all 3 packages, we will deliver them at the Pyro jump point and here at the space station. In doing so, 2 packages must be delivered on the cargo center at the delivery machine and 1 package to the admin office. And this is the food package. And after we have traveled several million kilometers, it is worth bringing a fast ship or with enough range. And after the last step ends here at the Pyro jump point and the XenoThreats are in Pyro, it can be assumed that the connection is also there for the final battle taking place on 3.23. Here it remains exciting where this battle takes place. And again the important note, the XenoThreat Overdrive event ends here with 3.22, with phases 1 to 5. The final phase 6 takes place exclusively on 3.23, so really complete all 5 phases on 3.22 before the 3.23 probably starts at the beginning of May. And like in every Overdrive event guide, the final note again, secure your progress so that you can prove that you have completed the different phases. As soon as you have completed a phase, simply go to the options menu and under graphics and activate your QR code here at the last point. If you then take a screenshot in your history with the completed respective phase, you are in any case on the safe side and have a proof for each phase that you have also completed it. And with the completion of phase 5, we have then reached all the requirements and can use the rewards in the big fight against the XenoThreats. The free upgrade to the F7A, so the military version of the Hornet Mark II, as well as the complete XenoThreat armor. And if you are still missing some phases, don't worry, you can catch up on all phases until the start of 3.23. So feel free to check us out in Discord or in our daily Twitch live streams. So, see you soon and thanks for watching!